So children, next we will discuss about the tissue culture. So what is tissue culture? Tissue culture means that when you will extract any explant. What is explant here? Means it can be any tissue, it can be any organ also, and when this explant that is isolated from the parent plant, and when this explant it is grown in suitable medium, and when this explant it forms a new plant, it is known as the tissue culture. So this explant it will get the nutrients from the medium that is provided in the laboratory. This medium it should contain the carbon source in the form of sucrose, inorganic salts, vitamins, amino acids, growth regulators like auxin, etc. So this explant it utilizes the nutrients from the medium, and then it forms an unorganized mass of cell which is known as the callus. This is callus. After division it forms the callus. Callus means group of cells. Then what happened that this callus it will differentiate into the roots and the shoots also. Means the cells which are present in the callus, it forms the roots and shoots, and then they are known as the tiny plantlets. These are known as tiny plantlets, and these tiny plantlets, when they grow in a field or in the pot, then they form a new organism, means they form a fully grown plant. Now one term is there, that is micropropagation. Now what is micropropagation? Micropropagation means that the method of producing thousands of plants from the tissue culture, it is known as the micropropagation. And the property of producing a whole organism from explant, it is known as the totipotency. This property it is known as totipotency. Now some crops are there like tomato, banana and apple. These crops that are grown on commercial basis using the tissue culture method. Now let's discuss about the advantages of tissue culture. That what are the advantages of tissue culture method? Tissue culture method, it is a very fast technique. How? Because from the tissue culture we can develop the plants in a very few weeks. Now next is that irrespective of the weather or the season, we can grow the plants by using this method. And this method it requires a very little space. Little space means that in the lab, in the petri dish, you can grow the plants by using the tissue culture method. We can also grow the disease-free plants by using the tissue culture method. How? For producing the disease-free plants, we have to take the meristem. We have to take the meristematic cells from the apical or the axillary position. This is known as the axillary position and this is known as the apical position. Apical position, it is present at the top part of the shoot, and axillary, it is present in between the stem and the leaf part, like this portion that is known as the axillary position. So the meristematic cells, if we will take from the apical or the axillary position, these meristematic cells that are free of viruses, and if suppose we will perform the tissue culture by taking these parts as explant, then the plants that we will get from this culture, they will also be disease free, and it is also known as virus free plants. So in this manner, tissue culture, it helps to get the disease free plants also. And we can also produce the plants like sugarcane, banana and potato by using the tissue culture method. Now, what are soma clones? Soma clones means that we will get the same plant from the X plant. Means if suppose we are taking the X plant from any plant, then after the tissue culture, when we will get the plants, they are soma clones of the parent plants, of the original plants. They look similarly like the parent plants. So children, next we will discuss about the somatic hybridization. In this kind of hybridization, the cells that are taken from the two different plants, means like suppose one plant is there and the second plant, and these cells, means the somatic cells that are taken and digesting of their cell wall, and then after that the somatic cells that are fused, and after fusion of the somatic cells, it is formed the somatic hybrid, and this somatic hybrid then followed by the tissue culture to form the new plant. So let's discuss somatic hybridization. In this case, the cells, the somatic cells that are taken, suppose this is the plant 1, this is the plant 2nd, having the different desired characters, and then when the somatic cells that are taken from these plants, they contain the cell wall also. Then the next step is digesting the cell wall, means cell wall that is removed. After removing the cell wall, then these are known as the protoplasm. These are known as protoplasm. Now these protoplasm that are fused, and when this is fused, then this is known as the somatic hybrid. This is known as somatic hybrid. And this somatic hybrid, it contains the desired characters of both the plants. And from this somatic hybrid only we will get the desired progeny, means the progeny having the desired characters. Now the next step is this somatic hybrid that is followed up by the tissue culture method. Means it is grown in the tissue. By the tissue culture method means that it is grown in the medium containing the nutrients, minerals, growth regulators, amino acids. And then this somatic hybrid, it will form new plant. It will form new plant. And this process is known as the somatic hybridization. That from the two plants we will obtain the cells, then after that digestion of the cell wall, then these are known as the protoplasm, then these protoplasm that are fused to form the somatic hybrid, and then it is grown by the tissue culture method. Now suppose a situation in which we have taken one plant of tomato and one plant of potato, and then the protoplast of these two plants when fused, and then it formed the somatic hybrid, and it is named as pomato. In this manner the somatic hybridization that is done. Now this pomato, it contains the desired characteristics of both tomato and potato.